What is happening, and welcome to another four-wheel drive talk, not in my studio. I'm gonna call it not in my studio. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm out in the field here, and today, man, I am stoked. And you already know. You clicked on the title. You know exactly what I'm gonna be talking here about, or what I'm gonna be talking about here today. But let me give you some kind of a backstory to this. Many of you may know I've been building online brands for a long time, nearly 26 years. And if I'm being upfront here, see, I like getting out. If you haven't noticed, I like camping. I like overlanding. I like getting out, whatever you want to call it, camping, overland, whatever. I like getting out. Over the years, what has created a little bit of anxiety or a little bit of it's always been in the back of my head when I go heading out is having access to internet. And I know for most, going camping is all about leaving the internet behind. But because I run two online companies, I have a short tether, not so much to my computers, but to be able to communicate with team players, because we always have something that's happening on the site. So I need to communicate, approve this, do that, or I just basically need to be able to get online and do work. So that has created a bit of a restrictions or kind of a shackle to when I go heading out. One of the first things I look at when I go camping is there Wi-Fi connection? Is there some means that I can get online and at least kind of hobble along and do what I need to? And if there's not, then what I'll do is, if any of you have gone camping with me in the past, you know exactly what I'll do. I'll go off for an hour or two, depending on how far I have to backtrack to go find internet. And that turns into a big pain in the ass. And so today I'm thrilled because I'm going to share with you kind of my first impressions of Starlink internet. It came in Saturday. I did the first speed test and I was like, wow, this is pretty badass. This is kind of the ongoing echo that you're going to hear. You jump online and you're going to see people talking about game changer, game changer, game changer. So it seems rather cliche to say the same thing, but I'm going to because it sounds so cool, and it really does define what this is. It is a game changer. So whether you're a camper, overlander, or you live out of an RV, or you do a lot of traveling with your RV, this is something I'm definitely going to encourage to take a look at. And no Starlink, Spacex, or none of that. We're not affiliated or associated in any way. It's just one of those tips that I know how excited I'm with this here and what this means for my getting out. You may be the same. Now, before we get diving into all of this here, so I want to set expectations. This is just a first impression. I'm going to share with you kind of basic setup. And it's funny because I meant to bring my computer here with me today. So my phone's in the back there. So I'm going to do a speed check on the phone. But I had intent to have my computer with me, and I dropped the ball on that. But we're gonna do a basic setup here. We're out in the middle of this field here, and I'm gonna show you the speed test of this, and we'll leave it off like that. And what we'll do is probably in a month, I'm gonna circle around and do kind of a 30-day kind of follow-up review, because we have some upcoming trips here that will give it a lot more time underneath the belt utilizing this. But as always, guys, if you find some value with this video, if you could do me a big, ginormous favor and hit that like button down below, because it really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. That said, my friend, pull up a seat and let's go. All right, now I'm not going to do an unboxing video to be honest, Starlink really doesn't send much out with these things. Now, the one thing I am going to be doing here in the future is I'm going to get like a Pelican case to hold this all in, because the box fell apart, and yeah, at any rate, but we're going to use, so this thing requires 110. So I'm going to be using a Blackfire. Now this is the Blackfire 1500. Now you can actually use, they have a smaller 500 watt battery bank as well that has 2 ports on it. This one actually has 4 on it. So FYI, if you plan to do this, you need to have 110 power. Here is the router. We're going to smack that sucker down right here. And if you haven't seen this, it's very futuristic. Anyways, all right, so it's very futuristic. It came out, I seem to remember this was unplugged. So you have this little doohad in there, you plug that into there. As you're gonna find out, here are the instructions. Let's see if I can get that in frame here. So they make it very easy out of the box to get this thing set up. You have the satellite, the dish there, the base, you plug that in, and you plug the wires in, and then you jump on the app, and that's it. It's very simple. The base. Okay, and here is, all right, so as you can see here, so you can get a sense of scale. Now this thing is motorized, and so it is, you'll see there's a little groove there, little groove here, pop it into place, snap, it's ready to go. Now, you want to make sure you're mounting this, setting this up in where it's clear line of sight. It's funny because where I set it up the other day, Mark is at my house in front of the garage, and houses are built on top of each other there. I was actually surprised I was able to get online as easily as I did. And I'm trying to unravel this so it's easy for me to put back away till I get a case. Now, I'm going to plug this into the bottom just like that. I'm going to turn on, where's my power cable? Boom. And we should be on. All right, now we're going to open up the Starlink app. Let me find Starlink.
Few moments later.
All right, so now we are here. It's booting up, so it's going to take a few minutes. Actually, this is my second time setting this thing up here, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It was just saying booting, now it's saying searching. It's still showing offline. It was 12:21, so it's 12:23 right now. We'll just give it a minute here. All right, it's now showing online, and we can see it's moving along. Boom. Now, let's do a speed test because from the device, I'm going to do it from here, and then we're going to go to speedtest.net. So we'll use their speed test first to see what we're at. Okay, so as we can see here, we are online. We're going to take a look at the speed tests offered from within Starlink app. In a minute, what we'll do is we'll jump from this and we'll head into the speed test itself. All right, from there, let's jump into speed test. All right, so we can see down on the lower left, we're Spacex Starlink. I'm gonna hit the go button and off we go. That is pretty awesome. So as you can see, within minutes, this thing is set up. It is only drawing, I'm pulling down 36 watts right now. 24. So I'm pulling down 24 watts right now. And then I heard it was around 30s to begin with. So 24, 36, Actually, it looks like it's holding at 24 watts right there. So even a small, like a 500 watt battery brick is going to be fine. As we can see there, it just moved on us there. So let's take a look to see if make sure we're still online there. Yeah. So I think that thing moves as it's just getting the stronger signals with the satellites, and the satellites with Starlink here. What makes these a little bit different than some of the other satellite internets that out there are these are low-level satellites versus like HughesNet, for example. These are much higher satellites. The plus side with this is you have lower latency, which is, you know, the time it takes for it to ping up there, come back down. You gotta admit, that's pretty stinking cool. Anyways, guys, that is it. This is, now, one of the things also, as I mentioned, I'm gonna figure out a case, because I couldn't find a case that's available for this. But the fun part with this is when you look at places that I travel to quite often, Death Valley, Joshua Tree, Alabama Hills, the Eastern Sierras and so forth, now we have internet, which is really, really cool. Now, one of the things that I just ordered as well, it comes with a 75-foot cable. I ordered a 150-foot cable because sometimes where you're camping, you want to get your camper in the shade. This needs clear line of sight. So you want to be able to have that ability to get this out where you want it. I ordered, so the 150-foot cable is coming. I also got, I think it's like 4-foot pole that it's an extension to the that rod there. So the plus side with that is on my truck as well as the trailer, I'm going to have kind of an extension where I can get this thing up 25-30 feet if I don't have the ability to be able to mount this or set this on the ground. So that at least I can get up above camp and people walking and possibly tripping over this thing. But yeah, that is it. So this time of the video, guys, where I hope you are as excited about if you get out and do overlanding off-road or RVing or whatever the case may be. But if this doesn't get you fired up, your wood is wet. I didn't come up with that. Somebody told me that line years ago, and I stuck with it because I like it. It sounds funny. But anyways, it's that exciting. So again, this was a first impression. This is meant to kind of share with you guys what came in, my plans with it, and to definitely stay tuned. I'll keep you guys up to date as far as things that I like, dislike. So far, man, I'm really loving this. Now it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff. So friend, if you found some value with this video, do me a favor, crush that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? We'd love to have you part of the family. And last but not least, so therefore you don't miss any of the follow-ups or any other videos that we do, hit that like button. No, hit the bell, so therefore you're notified every single time that we come out with a new video. Friends, I'm going to be jumping out of here. Actually, no. I'm going to be doing a video for my other company on a film camera that I've been having a lot of fun with. So I'm going to kind of pack this stuff away, and then I'm going to shoot that. Then I'm going to go back to my studio. But anyways, you guys get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.